What's up, Internet? And welcome to another episode of FanBrosShow, the voice of the urban geek for all nerds. The only podcast where we talk about geek culture from the perspective of people of color. And it is your boy, DJ Benhameen, a.k.a. Keep That Same Energy On When You See Me, a.k.a. Reading Rambro, a.k.a. Lando Californication, a.k.a. Richie Rich as Fuck, a.k.a. LeBron. AKA Lagon, AKA Lagon James, AKA
what? Come on, yeah.
Lagon James.
Lagon James.
Lagon James.
Off that Henny. AKA Meek Millhouse here in his spaceship tonight. FanBrosShow. Like I said before, my co-hosts are already tired of me, so I'm just gonna go on and let them talk.
I feel like Kif from Futurama. He always like every time Zap says some wild shit. This is Tatiana King Jones, aka the Grand Duchess of Tech, aka Gem and the Hollow Fam, aka Princess Preach, aka Queen of the Amazon's Prime subscription, aka Toffee Baratheon, aka Maserati Kanata, aka Flex Luthor, aka if he dies, Ivan Yayo. I know that's your favorite, Ben.
Nah, I don't know. Princess Preach is actually moving up on the list for me. That's pretty amazing.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And we are joined by, as always.
Yes. You are joined by Jeff J, aka the Kingdom Heartbreak Kid, aka Booster Goldlink, AJ Styles P, the Ocarina of Timelines.
Come on.
Dwayne One Soul Glow, Miles Morales sets back Vance Astro, Fax the Destroyer, and Lee Jin and Juice.
He's still going with that one, I see.
Gotta hold.
I like the style. I like the P. What was the Styles one?
AJ Styles P.
The AJ Styles P. I like that one.
AJ Styles P. That's interesting.
That's clever.
All right. As you hear, folks, this is FanBrosShow, the voice of the urban geek. Like I said before, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for telling a friend to tell a friend about us. Before we get into everything, can I just say that men are trash?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, I just gotta say it. Like it's been. We were talking about this last week, the whole Star Wars thing. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like in geekdom every day, I just see some nonsense initiated by men.
When do you ever see it? Not to say it never ever happens, but really, when do we ever do shit like that?
Women. When y'all steal money from fair.
Oh Lord!
The one that comes to mind.
Oh, with the Rhythm Nation hands. Whoa! Calm down. Whoa!
Slander me on the internet, but don't take my money.
What's the ASL word for stop?
5 rats. 5 months later. 5 rats.
Wow.
Ooh, you heard that the people from Firefest are getting sued again, so things take time.
Protect our rule at all costs.
Back on topic, yes, Ben.
Yeah, and that wasn't just women involved in that one. Overall, that was more men than women. So once again, men are trash, as I said before. And that gets actually into the big topic of the week. I know everybody is waiting for us to talk about E3. It's going down right now. Shout out to Mellow Marketer. He is in the place. I mean, literally, as we speak, that man is over there right now. You need to be on fanbros.com if you're not already, on our YouTube channel, which you are if you're watching us right here. Make sure you're subscribed.
Shouts to Uncolor Page as well.
Shouts to Uncolor Page, covering everything every day. And once again, like I said, men are trash because, oh my God, amazing as most of what I've seen from E3, as always, E3 always will blow your mind and you won't see these games for like 3 years. It was silly stuff going on, but once again, there's a lot of stuff where I'm just sitting there like, but it's, I don't even, because there was a lot of diversity, diversity quotation marks for those who are watching.
So what titles or presentations gave you pause?
Whoa, pause is a big word. Last of Us blew my mind. But at the same time, while I was watching Last of Us, I was like, oh my God, this is violent. Like, this is really, and Like my girl Ellie is a psychopath. Like she is, she's over here smiling at the dancer shorty. She's like, oh, they should be afraid of you. And Ellie's like, you damn right. Did you just see what I did in this trailer? Like yo, I just killed like.
Were you more scared of her or X-23 from Logan?
Whoa, it's a tough one right now. I'm going with X-23 because you can't kill that little girl. So the healing factor, that's a problem. Ellie, Ellie can go down.
Bro, you can't beat that. Imagine you on the couch, and this is a dude who's trying to like violate her. You try to be on some foot fetish joint. You run across the fingers. You didn't even know. Unsuspecting. That's karma. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But I know I was reading about it already today, on FanBros.com and everywhere where they were talking about, the developers were talking about that was something they were really worried about. And it was interesting reading about these developers. So they're like, we go into E3. We've been working on this for months, for years at a time. And we don't know what's going to happen, what the reaction is going to be. We really don't even know what everyone else is working on. And that's what was really interesting to me, because I know like we were all blown away by Spider-Man.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean, we got a glimpse of it early on too, like a few months ago.
Yeah, but seeing, the more finished product was crazy. But at the same time, after I saw the Last of Us trailer, it was hard for me to look at pretty much every other game, because the animation and what they were doing in that trailer was so crazy as far as technical achievements, that I was just sitting there for a long time. Like, even though it was so violent and all that, I'm just sitting there like, they're not really doing this in a video game, are they? Like, all these little details.
They are. That's why I love that. That's one of the things I do love about E3 is, even though some of it is lightweight cheating because it's showing game engine footage as opposed to, and not all the time, but many times they show game engine footage as opposed to gameplay footage. And that's a difference. Because when you're talking about these Unreal engines and all that other stuff, it's massive. It's a massive powerhouse of, gigs, terabytes. I mean, it's all the processing power you can think of thrown into these things that make it look completely real. There is a game that it was literally like a cross between live action footage and CGI called, I believe it's called Silence, where it features a protagonist that is deaf. And he goes around just beating the bricks off people on site. So, and it looked really good, but then they even though I personally can still tell the difference, they worked really well to blend the two mediums together where you couldn't really tell. And then further, there are games like what I'm really excited about, Cyberpunk 2077. That ish looks incredible. Now, yes, you can tell it's a video game and all that, but beyond that, when it comes to character design, when it comes to world building, world design, when it comes to merging that with new techniques, new play styles, like, it is incredible. A lot of people are likening it to a first person RPG. There are like Witcher elements in it, lots of dialogue choices that will then change the course of the game. It looks freaking sick, and it's been in development for like 5 years.
Yo, on that note, I never finished Witcher 3 because I straight ruined my man's life. Gerald's life, my character. Oh my God, his romantic life, I ruined it.
Of course you did.
I did all the worst choices, yo. Like, it was so bad. And so I never even finished it because I've heard that he ends with a sad life at that point, and I don't even like, I don't even want to see it.
Jeff, were there any games you saw that you thought was hype? Anything you saw on fanbros.com that gave you some interest?
Yo, Sony did their thing. I think I liked Sony's presentation. Microsoft was cool, but for me, it was all about Spider-Man. It was all about Spider-Man. It reminded me of the Batman Arkham series engine, Shadow of Mordor, but in Spider-Man's world. And that is the best compliment I could give, because the Arkham series had some of the best fighting mechanics for open world that I've ever played. And seeing how free, like, you're going to be able to freely roam and web sling through their New York City. Just doing that alone, where you can operate in the open world without restraint.
Yes.
And as somebody who has watched countless Spider-Man games fall flat on its face, we might have the one.
Is this the GTA Spider-Man?
Right. because not only are they have the fighting engine, they have all his gadgets. This is deadly foes of Spider-Man level of villains that we saw so far, past and present. Because the final villain in the trailer was Mr. Negative, who's a fairly new villain for people, probably introduced within the last 7 to 10 years. So he's fairly new to Spider-Man, but the fact that they're including him, when I saw the Raft, I immediately knew, like, they were going back to back to back. And I saw the Raft and I was like, Raft? Because I'm thinking of Raft and Belle Reve from DC. Like I get them, conflated a lot. And I'm like, wait, Raft? Oh, this is Spider-Man. So even the captain that's in the Watanabe, she's in the comics too. Like it felt like I was watching a Dan Slott comic and being able to play. So there was a move actually that hyped me where he did a tripwire where Peter shoots a web, and if you trip the wire, it grabs you and pulls you to whatever surface, and it explodes
like a tether. That's dope.
So you're getting the current comic book Spider-Man gadgets, like all of those gadgets, along with the fighting engine. And who knows? It might stink, but I'm hyped.
It can't be Superman 64, okay?
Oh my God.
Oh, yo, that was one. And I was so hyped. That was like such a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Such a heartbreaker.
Another heartbreaker that I hope is not a heartbreaker is Kingdom Hearts 3. They've showed that trailer, and I don't give a damn about trailers, but they actually have a release date this time.
Yeah.
Do y'all believe it?
No, I believe it, and I know everybody is so hyped for this game, but I have to say, like, I haven't played the other ones, and I remember the trailer or whatever they released, like some type of demo, something showing off something.
It wasn't really a demo. They show the same thing. They've been showing the same thing every day. It's been 13 years.
Yeah,
for the third installment.
I wasn't blown away by what they showed there. That was my problem. Like, I was really looking forward to some of this, especially for like the Toy Story elements and some of the other joints. Yeah. But it just, I don't know how it's looking meshing together. It looked like.
Well, here's the thing. Kingdom Hearts, because it incorporates so many different Disney titles and worlds, it's not going to it doesn't necessarily mesh. Like, the only prevailing theme is Sora, Donald, Goofy. Mickey, obviously, and then everything that's come along with that Square Enix part. But he's going to be in different worlds. They're all going to be completely different. And that's how it's pretty much always been. There are other elements here and there that are the same throughout the game, but it's purposefully kind of jarring because you're going to go from the Frozen world to, as you said, the Toy Story world, to Tangled, to a whole bunch of different random things. So I would say I was really like, holy smokes about this 2 years ago when we first, or I don't know, the fifth time they told us about it. Yeah. But now I'm just like, I believe it when it's on the shelf.
Yeah. One other one that blew me completely away, but also back to that violence issue, was the Ghost of Tsushima, which is the samurai game. I think it's developed by the people who made the game when you have the electric powers, where you roam around the city and you're an electric superhero dude. They made 2 of them joints.
Oh, the cop. He was like a cop or a
I thought he was like a punk kid in one of them.
Oh, are you talking about the Watch Dogs?
No, not Watch Dogs. You actually have like electric superpowers, like you're Electro. But anyway, I can't remember. They'll remind us in the comments and on Twitter. But Ghost of Tsushima is this game. It's a samurai adventure game. It looks like it just looked absolutely incredible. There's a fight scene in it where there are leaves falling from trees. There's fires burning in the background. Everything just looked like you're watching Kill Bill or some other ill-ass old school samurai flick. But even in that one, when I'm watching it, it was hilarious because this dude just lays into people. I mean, slice arm off, cut somebody's head off, whap, whap. And then is immediately making jokes about it in the next scene. And it's just like, wow. Especially as violent and as realistic looking as these games are getting. Like back in the day when it, Street Fighter, it didn't look like a real person. But nowadays when it looks more realistic, when they're showing the effects, and that's what the people behind Last of Us said, they really want to show you what the effects of this violence does to Ellie.
Well, some of Street Fighter is cartoons anyway. They're all animated people. Regardless of how good quote unquote looks, you can tell it's a cartoon. Versus things like Last of Us where they're predicated on live action.
Yeah, and it just and there's I mean, but don't get me wrong, I can't wait to play Ghost of Tsushima. I can't wait to play Last of Us. But at the same time, these games, it's like, wow, what is really going on, and what are we seeing when you're seeing this? And I'm glad that certain games are exploring that. I was really impressed by the amount of games that had, you know, lead characters who weren't white male heroes, you know, protagonists. That was really impressive to me.
Yeah, but I know with the Cyberpunk 2020, I don't know why I keep getting a problem with that, but Cyberpunk 2077. Maybe I'm in the year 3077, so that's why. But you can choose. It's a bespoke character, so you can literally build whoever you want. The character's name's going to be V, but if you wanted to build them to be a black woman, you could. If you wanted to be an Asian man, you could, or whatever the case may be. So I like games where they allow you to do the character developments yourself, but they give you more than just like the same 3 skins or the same 3 hairs. Yeah. For black people, it's always like you gotta have locks, a shortcut.
We got texture now,
or like
there's waves,
right? Some games. So we'll see what happens. One thing I did want to fix or correct is earlier I was talking about the game with the deaf character, and I said I thought it was called Silence, but that's just because it's what the ad campaign calls it. It's really called The Quiet Man.
And you're thinking about Infamous.
Thank you very much. There was also this game they showed very briefly with a woman as the protagonist called Control, where it looked like she was some type of psychic. That, oh my God, that looked incredible. I was crying laughing at the Assassin's Creed presentation because they showed the woman, because in that you can choose between a man or a woman as your hero. And they showed the woman and some of her dialogue choices. And she's talking to this other woman and
please don't.
She's supposed to be talking about a mission. And in the mission, one of the choices she's asking the woman about her man is like, are y'all together?
Man, come out.
What, she can't spit some game?
Are you serious?
I mean, why are you mad at that? Like, why can't the woman spit the game?
She asked what her interests were, who she be with.
Yeah.
Does the man ask about who gives a shit? I'm assassinating right now.
but the woman was already flirting with you a little bit while her man was standing there.
While you're shooting somebody in the head. So you come here often?
No, I mean this is all before the shooting in the head.
Oh, okay. But you mean like she's in the middle of assassinating?
Oh no!
You talk about mans in them. Like I don't care.
No. She rolls into the town and she had a new mission to discuss, and so she's talking to the woman about the mission, and the woman is agreeing, you know, what to pay her and et cetera, et cetera. And there's a dude standing there, and you know, you have the choice to ask, you know, what's up with them dude? You know, what's up with your man's over there? You know, because I'm not worried about him. You know, I just want to know.
Can you ask that same question if you're the dude?
Of course you can. You can always ask that question if you're the dude. How do you think I ruined my life in Witcher?
Before we get out of this intro, one of the things I absolutely want to mention that I've already pre-ordered is Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Already.
Yes, y'all can pre-order that ASAP today, or whenever you hear this, pre-order that joint on Amazon or wherever you want to pre-order your games. I am ready. My body is ready. My Switch is ready. I'm ready.
Yo, everybody's in the game. I think I might be in the game.
Literally everybody's in the game. And someone said except, and I don't know if he was missing from the poster, like what's his name was missing? Like, no, I said Waluigi was missing.
I mean, he really
from the poster. No, because I wasn't checking for Waluigi, but don't say every and then he's missing. Right.
I mean, as long as Wario is there, the goat, like
they definitely treated him like Hawkeye. So
yeah, but they treat Luigi like that. I mean, for the longest.
Luigi got clout. Let's
now
he had his own.
Luigi got clout. Let's not forget that there was a whole generation that's growing up or grew up on the Luigi death stare from Mario Kart. So let's not play him. Don't play my man to the side like that.
But that's only because he's given a death stare because for so many years he was been played to the side.
True.
Hey, I've been a Luigi fan since day one. I always thought he didn't get the respect.
Luigi could jump higher, damn it.
Hey man, that's why it's Mario Brothers and not Luigi Brothers. Somebody got to be teaching.
And with that, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Fan Bros. Oh wow!
That's why it's not Luigi Brothers. That's fucked up.
Fan Bros.